Hi there, looking for some tips to pass the CPA board examinations? Then look no more because you have come to the right place. I'm Franz Kabidog and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna give you some practical tips on how you can pass the CPA board examinations. These are the things that I used when I was taking or when I took the CPA board examinations last October 2016. But for some people, some of my tips would not be applicable to you. So you're just free to, leave. But for some people who are looking for tips, practical tips, which can be applied to your daily life or to your journey towards becoming a CPA. So please stay and watch until the end of this video. So firstly, I'm gonna tell you that the preparation to become a certified public accountant does not start during your review. Of course not. Your preparation to become a certified public accountant starts from the very first day when you decided to take up Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. But I'm not saying that it's too late, because it's not yet too late. Why? Because in the next 6 months, you have the chance to prove yourself. You have the chance to prove to your parents, to prove to your teachers, to prove to your friends that you can actually conquer the CPA Licensure Examination. This 6 months is probably one of the most crucial, if not the most crucial months. And in this vlog, I'm gonna give you some practical tips on what to do during this 6 months so that you can actually utilize them more effectively and efficiently. Okay? So first step, before you go to Manila or to Cebu, or before you start reviewing, of course, you will have to bring things. But my first step is that you should only bring the necessary things. Why? Because for your 4 or 5 years of studying accountancy, I'm sure that you have accumulated a lot of your reviewers, a lot of test papers, a lot of test questionnaires. You have accumulated a lot of books, diba? But do not bring all of them. Why? Because it would only give you unnecessary stress, and it would only give you unnecessary anxieties. Because during your review proper, during those 6 months, you will be bombarded with a lot of questions. Your review center will bombard you with a lot of review materials, which for most people are impossible to finish or impossible to read. So you need to be able to bring only the necessary things. Maybe a reviewer for each of the subject, but that's it. Do not bring all of your textbooks from first year up to 5th year, because you will be crowding up your space and you will be crowding up your mental space. Because every time you see these books, every time you see these test papers unread, it would only contribute to your stress and would only contribute to your anxiety. So bring only the necessary things. Plus, it's also more practical. Why? Because you don't need to pay for extra luggage for all of your books. Okay? Second tip is choose your review center wisely, and while you're at it, choose your companions wisely. Firstly, choose your review center wisely. Why? Because there will be a lot of review centers, as in there are a lot of review centers na talaga in Manila, in Cebu, or even here in Tacloban. There are a lot of review centers already. So you need to choose them wisely, because there are certain review centers which has certain specializations. Hindi naman specializations, but they have certain strengths. For example, in CPALE, you have Valix there. So definitely FAR, or the financial accounting is on their wheelhouse. In Resa naman, for example, they have Diag there, and I love Diag's practical accounting too. So you have to weigh these things out. You have to consider the reviewers, the place also, if it's near your boarding house, or if it's near your relative are gonna be staying for the next 6 months. So you need to consider a lot of things when you're choosing a review center. Maybe I can discuss that in a separate vlog, but that's it. Choose your review center wisely. And also, on that note, based on my personal experience also, if it's possible, do not choose a review center where the reviewers are still your teachers back in college. Why? Because the tendency is that you're still gonna be hearing the same things from them. You're still gonna be learning the same things from them. So it's kind of redundant if um, someone is your teacher back in undergraduate and then he's also your reviewer back in your review center. If it's possible, and I'm saying if it's only possible, choose a review center where your reviewees are somewhat a stranger to you or new to you, so that you're gonna be learning in a different perspective. You're gonna be seeing things, or you're gonna be solving problems in a different perspective, because a lot of CPAs or a lot of CPA professors have different ways of solving things. So it's applicable, or it's really helpful if you can have a different perspective. And while you're in your review center, choose your companions wisely. Why? You need to be able to choose a group that would help you, or that would help you be a CPA, that would motivate you to study even harder, that would challenge you to study even harder. If you have the chance to choose who you're gonna be with, choose to be with people who constantly challenges you to become the better versions of yourself. Okay? Kasi when you're in a group where the group members are just complacent, or just chill, or just relaxed, then you will not be challenged. You will also be complacent. You will also be chill. You will also be relaxed. So, for example, when you're in a group where they're all studious and you're not studious, so when you're in a group where all the members of the group are very diligent, then the tendency is you'll become more diligent. You'll study your lessons because you will be challenged na, oh, ba't nagsastudy siya? Oh, ba't mataas yung rank niya during our pre-board? So, be in a group who constantly motivates you and challenges you to become better, because that would really help. Third, know your prime time. What is your prime time? Your prime time is the time of the day where you are at your most productive, where you are at your most efficient, where you are at your most effective. So if you once you're able to choose, or once you're able to determine and know your prime time, you are now able to create a proper study schedule. So for example, my prime time is starting 12 midnight up to 6 a.m. That is my prime time. That is in those 6 hours, that's the time where I feel I'm most productive. That's the time when I feel most effective and efficient. So know your prime time for you to be able to create a specific study schedule that would suit your capacity and your ability to absorb things. Okay? Third, when answering problems and when answering theory questions, for example, always be honest. Always be honest. And this is something that not all accountancy students realize, is that there are certain accountancy students and even reviewees who tend to be dishonest with themselves. How? Because when answering problems, if they see that the problem is long, or if the problem is kind of difficult on the get-go, on the face, when they see a particular problem, they tend to just flip and look at the solution agad-agad. But I don't recommend that. As much as possible, try solving that problem. Try solving or try analyzing that theory question. Do not jump to the solutions immediately. For me, speaking on personal experience, the things that I remember most, the things that I retain most in my brain, are those items which I did not get correctly. So, be honest and be stubborn. Why? Be hard-headed. Don't give up easily, because sometimes you cannot solve a problem on your first try and you tend to look at the solution immediately. Don't. At least solve it twice or thrice. Do not give up easily, because sometimes it's just a matter of an understanding of a particular word, or there is a hint that you weren't able to get, or that you missed during your first try. So try again, at least twice or thrice, solve a particular problem, and if you cannot solve them after your second or third try, then by all means go look at the solution. And I do it on my part. I'm not able to answer the problem, I mark a star on that problem, so that when I redo or when I re-answer that chapter, I'll only answer those with the star. Okay? So, that's it. Fifth. Is this the fifth? Share what you know. studies show that when you share what you know, you're able to retain what you know. And I believe in that because when you share what you know to others, you're able to practice. You're able to practice solving that problem or practice analyzing that question. At the same time, you're able to challenge that knowledge. Why challenge that knowledge? Because sometimes, and oftentimes actually, there are a lot of people who develop their own way of solving problems, who develop their own formula on solving problems or in analyzing theory questions. And when you share that to people, these people are gonna ask questions. Paano pag ganito? Paano pag ganyan? So you're able to challenge that formula that you created. You're able to challenge that procedure that you created. So sharing is really important because not only that you're sharing it to others, you're also enhancing your knowledge. Okay? 6, have enough rest. So sleep if you must. On my end, I think I did not fail to have at least 7 or 6 to 7 hours of sleep. Yung 8 hours kasi medyo, ano na ako doon, medyo, magpapanic attack na ako if whenever I know na nag 8 hours ako because magpapanic attack ako because of guilt. So, mga 6 to 7 hours and I think that's enough. To have enough rest. When you feel tired, stop, stand, maybe do some stretching and then go back after. Do not, because it is highly probable that when you've already been sitting and answering problems for the last 3 hours, it is highly probable that the next items that you're gonna read, you're not gonna remember. So if you're tired, rest. If you're sleepy, sleep. Or if you're really tired of studying, you can do recreational activities. Maybe you can go to a nearby coffee shop and order your most favorite coffee. Or you have to have enough rest because you're gonna be facing your biggest battle yet, and you don't want to face the CPA Licensure Examination sleepy. You don't want to face CPALE and you're weak because you did not have enough rest. Next is confidence. You need to build your confidence, and this is not only during the time when you are reviewing, but most especially during your exam proper, during the CPA Licensure Exam proper. You need to build up that confidence. You need to be confident in answering questions because when you're answering questions and you're constantly doubting yourself, most probably what will happen is that you'll definitely not get the right answer. So when you're answering the question or when you're answering problems, always have it in mind that, oh, I know how to solve this. No matter how difficult this is. Maybe this is difficult, yes, I do acknowledge, but I know I can answer this. Just relax, focus, and be confident because everything that you have learned, everything that you have experienced, not just in your review, but during your undergraduate years, it will necessarily flow to you when you're relaxed, when you're composed, and when you're confident. And how do you build up confidence? Before the CPA board examinations proper, like for example on our end, it started October 1. So around September 30, they advised us not to study anymore. But on my end, I cannot do that kasi I would really grow super anxious if I don't do anything the day before the exam. So what I did is that I answered easy questions, you know. The items that I did not mark a star, those were easy questions, those were easy problems, so I answered them just to build up the momentum, just to build up my self-esteem and to build up my confidence that yes, I can answer these questions, that yes, I can be a CPA. Number 8 is that when you feel down, because most probably when you are in that 6-month period, there will be times when you feel like giving up. There will be times when you're super stressed out. There will be times when you're super anxious, or when you just don't know what to do. You just don't know what to feel because it's already a mix of emotions and you just want to give up. You just want to throw the towel. Whenever you feel that way, remind yourself why. Remind yourself, why am I here? Why am I even wasting my time to study? Why am I even sacrificing my comfort in order for me to be here in Manila, away from my family, and to study? Remind yourself why. Why did you choose this path? Why did you choose accountancy in the first place? Why do you want to become a certified public accountant? Because when you remind yourself why, you instantly get motivated to do better. You instantly get motivated and encouraged and inspired to really face these challenges and hurdle them. So when you're feeling down, you're feeling stressed out, when you want to give up, always remind yourself why. And lastly, and this is the thing that I really recommend for people, is that you constantly have to pray. You have to pray. You have to maintain that close relationship with the Lord, because only Him can give you enough strength, can give you enough faith, can give you enough courage to hurdle one of the most difficult, if not the most difficult exam that you're gonna undertake. And that is the CPA Licensure Examination. You need to constantly reconnect with the Lord every day. You have to pray. Diba? Other people, they don't believe in God. But I tell you, when you pray, when you believe in the Lord, all these things, all these heavy burdens are instantly lifted, and you're instantly more motivated to do your best. This is not just a mental battle. This is also an emotional, a physical, and a spiritual battle. And when you go and face that battle, you have to be armed, not just physically, not just mentally, not just emotionally, but also spiritually. Pray and lift all your burdens up to the Lord, because He can do awesome things. He can do magic. He can do wonders in your life. Okay? So, while I know that you have faith in yourself, that you can do it, most especially have faith in Him, because He will make you a certified public accountant. So those are my practical tips on how you can pass the CPA board examinations. I hope that you all learned a lot, and if you did, then I hope that you can share this to whoever needs to see this video. So thank you so much. If you have other recommendations, if you have other suggestions, if you have other tips, please don't forget to comment them down below, because we would really like, or we would really appreciate it if we can hear it from you guys. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And I hope, again, that you have learned a lot. Don't forget to like and share this video. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more amazing vlogs. So that's it, guys. I'm Franz Cabidog. And always, always remember that no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter whom you meet, always be kind. Because kindness goes a very long way. Thank you so much. Ciao. Ma, ilan na aringas? Mag-vlog pa ako. Di ka, kadi pa kita ni. Kati nga di. Ma!